We're going to give them a little love. We're going to give them some convergent love.
We have a muddy situation. And lots of water. I see them all the time when I ride.
Okay, so we're not going to use the, hey you, hey you.
We start to call, like, you and Joey will kind of, like, one guy sits at a 45 like this, the other guy sits like this. Whoever sees a coyote coming, that guy should be like, go.
Okay, so we're not going to use the, hey you, hey you, over here.
Yeah.
Not going to use that one. Do a pillow. Yeah, we get a pillow adapter. We'll say it's for binos, but it's really for our chin.
Humble abode, I like it.
She had her babies, man. She was like, oh, it's like, okay, Grover, I'll leave you alone.
Wow. They're actually
Gross.
kind of cool looking.
Yeah, they're neat little pets. I mean, I usually just shove her in my pocket and take her places.
And she likes that?
Yeah, she just rolls. She likes to ride on the console of the truck. They come in here a lot and get squirrels, mice, and whatever. I see them all the time when I ride.
Okay, cool.
And I've shot one over there in that valley. Yeah, they're all throughout in here. I'm sure we'll be able to call one in. I've lived in the Gardnerville area since I was about 12.
We're always out on some sort of adventure, you know, whether it's working on the ranch, which is her passion. You know, she's a huge fan of cattle and horses. She has her own horse.
Worked in the veterinary field for at least 10 years, and then primarily, my primary focus is cattle.
I like to cruise up this valley and into these other pastures up the road here that we're going to try and set up on. They're wily up here, man. I've shot at a couple of them. They're on to me. He must have saw me or something. coyote experience is it's a love-hate thing. I've been doing it for a few years. Mostly a hunt of opportunity. If you see it while you're out doing something, whether it's working around the ranch or we're hunting hogs or something, and there's a coyote, like that hunt immediately turns into a coyote hunt. When I went to swing the gun up, little did I know he'd spot me that dang quick, and he turned and hightailed it.
The minute it came around the corner, it just saw you.
I think he saw you. He saw that
saw
beauty
his
right there, the glitter on your eyes, and just like bolted. Yeah.
I grew up on a dairy down in Point Reyes, and then when we moved up here, I've always worked with cows, had horses. I've ridden horses my whole life, so the main purpose for me with roping and stuff with horses was to doctor cattle. We should probably tube him, just give him a little something. And he takes her bag's not quite right. Her teats are a little bit too big for his little mouth to get around, so we're having to bottle feed and then tube electrolytes in the float bag. But he's progressing since 3 days ago, which is great. And we haven't lost him, so that's a plus.
So today we're out here at the range in Carson City, Nevada. We're getting a little range time in with the Falcor Petra and 300 Win Mag. And we're gonna go do a little predator control here this weekend. But we just thought we'd come out here, had a nice spring day, a little windy, but for a 100-yard zero, it's fine. Thought we could get a little range time in, get a little practice in, which is always good before you go out in the field. Whatever you're hunting, whether it's big game or coyotes or just shooting targets, it's always good to come get a little practice time in. So that's what we're doing here today. We got the Razor HD in 4.5 to 27 from Vortex. It's their tactical line scope, and it's a beautiful piece of equipment. Vortex makes a great line of optics. This is my favorite optic that they make to shoot. Shoot this on all my rifles. Super clear, super accurate, sturdy as all get out. I mean, I've been on some hunts where I've dropped my rifle and had to go check my zero, and it was right on. Just goes to show what a great optic Vortex makes. So the combination between the Falcor defense rifle with a Vortex optic and a proof barrel, can't go wrong.
There's too many coyotes here. We killed 3 yesterday, so we're going to help out these deer a little bit. We're going to give them a little love. We're going to give them some convergent love.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice. Look at that. Imploded on the backside.
finally, one of us got something. So we had to pull, like, it was like off the benches, you know, the reserve, bring in our reserve home run hitter. You know, Connor comes down and fills the card up. So like, here's the rest of us, like, you know, score 0. And Connor walks out with a hit.
Muddy situation. And lots of water, as you can see. There's no truck in the world I'd rather use than that one. I think you'd climb Mount Everest if it wouldn't fall off.
We're gonna try and drive back there so we could get in to where we saw that coyote last time, but the roads are so muddy right now, we're gonna have to hoof it and then hopefully not just weigh an extra 40 pounds by the time we get there with mud on our feet. But it's pretty sticky, so we're gonna go old school and hoof it. The weather this hunt has been really up and down. We went out yesterday and you had the storm. It wasn't necessarily even a storm, but you had like the clouds and the wind coming over the mountain. In the valley we live in, man, the winds get howling. Let's look up over this ridge here and see what we got. And if not, let's move into this valley. I just dropped looking down, saw a little bit of movement down low ground here. Her passion for large animal, you know, cattle especially, I think drives her desire to want to hunt the coyotes.
I've even had calves where they were attacked badly enough where the coyotes didn't actually eat much of the calf or kill it, but they did enough harm where we had to put the calf down because it was so damaged and torn up.
Because when she puts all that time and energy into saving this baby and it goes out in the field after she saves it and the coyotes get it, it just totally crushes her. Yeah, it probably needs a little work. Got a little rust.
Little
blood.
rust. It's all good.
Oh, grossness.
It's natural state.
It's a user tool.
That's its
usable.
natural state is mud and little edge rust on it. Okay.
So this is the hostess's new knife. She hasn't seen it yet.
But yeah, so this is for Julie.
Prime Revolution.
And yeah, gotta have the little logo on it. It'll last forever. I mean, you can keep sharpening it back until there's nothing really. It was sort of the design intent. You know, you go to such a fine tip, there's always the danger, you know, if you stab that into a bone or something, of popping it. But it doesn't matter. Just grind it back a little bit more. So
just grind it back down and stab something else.
Stab something else.
This coyote episode has been a lot of fun because we've been able to bring in a lot of friends. I've had my fiance Annaliese come in and help us out, and you know she loves to get on the gun and try to take some of these bad boys out too. I have my buddy Ted come into town. So we're gonna park up by this pump house. Maybe we can get Annaliese to quit looking at squirrels. And then we're gonna put the call out in the field, and we're gonna see if we can't call something out of these here or coming out of here. And then we got some willows over here that they might be stashed up in. We've got quite the buffet of guns today. So we've got the long range behemoth with suppressor tip, jump tech suppressor tip. Got the shotgun for in nice and close. It starts to weird out a little bit and doesn't want to get close. Annaliese will try to take a shot if it's intermediate and you want to go loud on it too. So more's better at that point if it's starting to get skittish and run. So this is like what, day 4 of us out here trying to get a coyote, right? And we saw the one, and then it's been a lot of dry, as we say in the military, a dry hole. You set up, you hit the target, and there's nothing there, nothing comes out. And we put up a bunch of those. This morning we put that thing out, and within like a minute, we started hearing calls. Like everybody started looking at each other and looking around like, oh yeah, it's game on.
You're getting close.
Sounds like they're coming closer.
The energy level went up like immediately and probably tenfold, because it kind of first you just sit in and you're like, all right, what's going on?
That was really cool, because that's been what, day 4? That's the most we've heard like yet. We saw the 2, no noise or nothing. One running away, one came in that well, Annaliese missed.
So when I missed, it wasn't exciting at all. It was kind of heartbreaking. Because I hate missing. Here I am, this Army sniper guy, right? I'm supposed to shoot everything, like, just, it doesn't matter. I'm just, and it's gonna hit. That's the belief when people are out shooting with me.
We were kind of low on it and protected. I think that's the spot we need to try to hit, because it'll cover that entire area. If we set up in here, use these trees as our markers.
Using the call was pretty interesting because I hadn't done that before. So to be able to just kind of set up in one spot and try to lure them in is pretty cool. It's especially when you start to see one.
Whenever I'm doing predator control, I'm out with my horse or doctoring a calf. So it was really interesting to see, okay, what works. For right now, apparently, having them howling and being territorial because the coyotes are protective of their space right now.
So we came out to set up the call, and Annaliese came down to set it out towards this pasture. As she goes through the sagebrush, we actually find a den. Nothing's coming out of it, but pretty cool to just kind of stumble upon it.
Yes!
We get it?
Yes!
I almost didn't turn the camera, I'm just watching.
Totally different thing for me. I've never really had much experience with calls because, like I said, I'm just out there, and when I'm out there, I see them, I take care of it. Or if I hear my mother cows bawling and they're mad about something, I go look, there's a coyote, there's a problem, I take care of it. So to actually have a call and call them in was a totally different experience, but effective.
All right, we finally got one. Yeah. So Annaliese was working the collar. We had it on a dying baby rabbit, and we're glancing this whole field and hillside off here to our left, and this sucker, all of a sudden, we just caught a glimpse of it out of the corner of our eye off to our right. Fortunately, I was on a bipod. I was able to swivel and swing over at the same time. Annaliese saw it too. Got it down. So dead dog down. To see the group as a whole come together and accomplish something, whether it's harvesting on a hunt or saving a baby cow, as Annaliese got to do, is extremely rewarding to me. If I'm even just me holding that cow so she can actually do the work she needs to do, and watching it go from one hoof in the grave, as she says, and one hoof on the freaking banana peel to up and jumping around and snorting it just warms you like from the inside out. So it's extremely rewarding. And to see one of the young guys, harvest a coyote or a muley, and then for myself to get one is extremely rewarding. But I get the same amount of gratification and excitement out of somebody else getting to do it too.
They're trying to confirm if they have weapons or not.
Eagle 6, they retreated.
Roger, we're observing area, negative contact. Every Eagle 6. Where, if you find out where they are, man, negative contact, the north and south end, because I'm looking on 7
Alright, these guys definitely got weapons.
The wreckage of this life can build you or tear you down. What motivates you when there's no one else around?